Hi, Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will discuss about the epigenetic and what is the epigenetic and what is the genetic. We will discuss all these things. So, what is the function of epigenetic in our body? So, let's begin to understand. Basically, the genetic mean the genes in the form of DNA will come from your parent. So, that is known as genetics. Basically, the half number of chromosome come from the father and half number of chromosome come from the mother. So this half number of chromosome basically come from the mother and half number of chromosome come from the father and will combine together to form a new recombinant individual. But it is after this fertilization the epigenetic will work. Epigenetic mean the methylation or acetylation at least two molecule is important for understanding to epigenetic working. So what is the epigenetic? Let's begin to understand. Methylation means the gene silence methyl group when add with a specific gene with a specific region of the DNA sequence, while the acetylation means the specific region involved for the binding of the acetyl group will lead to express the gene. When acetyl group will uncoil the DNA and become a euchromatin, while the heterochromatin mean the condensed formation due to the methyl group attachment of the methyl group same with the histone protein. Histone protein is very important for the binding and the coiling of the DNA for non-functional at least. So remember, the epigenetic mutation which that will change the human body due to the environmental factor, like when you will feel hungry, when you will feel anxiety, depression will change the epigenetic. When you will eat the food, the regard to the food, the epigenetic will work. Like when you will eat fatty food, it means the epigenetic will work and acetyl group will be added to show the epigenetic. For example, acetyl group will be added in the adipose tissue. Adipocyte will lead to more storage of fat. So that is the process. In this way, the obesity will be occur. While on the other hand, important things like when you will go into the gym and grow your muscle, so that is why the actin and myosin synthesis will be more than one region of the DNA will be activated due to the methyl group removing and the acetyl group addition. In the same manner, the cancer is also occur due to the epigenetic mutation like oncogenes activation due to the acetyl group addition or methyl group removing or methyl group addition for the oncogene inhibitor genes, and in this way the epigenetic will work for the cancer, etc. So in this way the environmental influence like relationship or other talking, the conversation, and the technology insertion in your life, and that's all things will lead to change the epigenetic mutation. In this way, the genetic will be work as like a walking, talking, breathing, physiology, and here's your everything. But the epigenetic means whenever the environment will be changed, it means that throughout the life the environment will be changed. You should know about that. And the environment when change, your body will be changed on the basis of the environment. So the body changes, the genotype will be changed due to the epigenetic. Epigenetic, again I am talking about. Epigenetic mean the changes of the genes, the changes of the DNA without alteration of the gene, but addition or deletion of methyl or acetyl group to activate the epigenetic. And in this way, the epigenetic will work by this manner. And remember that epigenetic mean it is above of the genetics. Genetics is come from your parent and mixed together. Half number of chromosome come from the mother and half is come from the father to combine to recombinant individual. After this recombinant individual, the requirement of the gene activation on the basis of environmental changes, which that is our requirement, and that requirement will be complete due to the due to the epigenetic. For example, due to the methyl group addition or acetyl group addition. But one important, more important thing is that the epigenetic is also important. For example, whenever you want to hormone therapy, so the epigenetic will work for transcribing the DNA and translate the protein. That is all things is done here. But remember, the epigenetic mutation, you should epigenetic changes is very important, and you should do that. For example, when you will go into the gym, when you will work hard, those individual who will work hard will more change the epigenetic, and in this way the epigenetic mean more than one region of the DNA will produce the testosterone will work, and also the protein synthesis on the basis of requirement, because the breakdown of the muscle is more will repair again for the function normally. That is why a benefit of the epigenetic is that the modification, adaptation in the environment, and more ability to working, more ability to survive, and getting the more chance to reproduce. That is why the epigenetic and this epigenetic mutation will again transfer into their children, and that is why the epigenetic will transfer into their children, and children will again modify it on the basis of environment. That is continuity of the changes of the genes will lead to cause evolution, and that evolution is basically change the humanity. That is why the, again and again, because our population is growing very much faster than the other animal, that is why the epigenetic is work. The working of the epigenetic will change the humanity and increase the brain size. So important thing you should need to understand the epigenetic on the basis of growing of the cerebral cortex, the neocortex, for learning, for cognition, for interpretation, and for working and movement. This all thing is due to the higher brain cortex development. When you will study more, your higher brain cortex will develop more, and this is the epigenetic, because after your birth you will work hard when your brain will be grow. When your brain will be grow, you will be able to more proceeding the work, more efficient work, more efficient performance due to the higher brain cortex development. So the education getting process will lead to more epigenetic information, and in this way the higher brain cortex will be enlargement, will lead to more density of the learning, more data storage, and that is why the epigenetic is basically very important for your evolutionary process as well as your survivalship. Without epigenetics, nothing. So that is why the epigenetic is very important, which that will lead to inhibit the obesity. For example, whenever you will restrict the diet, going to the fasting, epigenetic will work, will lead to lipolysis. Whenever you will go into the gym, you will work hard, the epigenetic will work and will lead to glycogen addition as a muscle. So that is why actin and myosin also develop. That's all thing is due to the epigenetic, and genetic mean, for example, the muscle growth is not a genetic, because whenever the reproduce a person, individual or a children will not a bodybuilder, because their genetic is basically, but they are able to develop the muscle due to the epigenetic mutation. So that is all thing is due to the epigenetics. Basically, for example, one person who are unable to grow, unable to get stronger, but their parent was stronger, so they should work hard to activate their epigenetic, working hard to activate and remove the methyl group to addition of the acetyl group for the normal function. This is the normal concept of the epigenetic. Again, I am defining about the epigenetic. Epigenetic means the changes of the phenotype due to the changes of the genotype without changes, without the alteration of the DNA. But this is a mutation, and it can be a helpful or harmful. For example, the cancer causing epigenetic is the harmful, and the other epigenetic mutation for the survival is the beneficial. While the genetic mutation mean the breakdown of the DNA, alteration of the DNA, which that will lead to disrupt, and the oncogene activation will lead to damage throughout the body, and the metastasis can be possible, and the cancer can possible. That is the intercorrelationship between the epigenetic and genetics. Genetics is the different and epigenetic is the different. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share. I am also making the handwritten tutorial about the biomedical science. If you want to learn and more, get the knowledge. If you are a student or expert, you can learn and watch that video. Please make sure to subscribe and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching for this time. Bye.